Good morning, or oh gosh, why do I keep saying that? Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and Creators Corner. I'm super glad to be here this afternoon. If you're in the chat, shout yourself out. That way I know who's here and we can have some fun. I have dropped the link, so if you want to come on in the room with me, you're more than welcome to. We got some popping topics today. I hope everybody is having a great Saturday so far. This wasn't planned, just wanted to come on, talk with you guys, have a little fun this morning. Good afternoon, Fresh Strawberries. It's good to have you in the room. Listen, it is Saturday morning. Stop saying that. It is Saturday afternoon. I promise y'all, I did not just wake up. I have been up. I got up like around 10. I got up and I did a video on my YouTube, actually, on my shorts. I did a little bit of my Saturday morning routine. So, did my face stuff, did my hair stuff, and just, getting Saturday going. I walked my dog this morning. I have a beautiful little baby. This is my baby, you guys. This is him as a puppy. This is my puppy little baby. And let's see, do I have an adult picture? He's only one. He just turned one this past year. And here is a Christmas picture of him in his bed. That's my little baby, you guys. So when I come home or on my break, when I say I'm going to check on my baby, that's the baby I'm coming to check on. But anyways, we came into the room to have a little bit of fun this morning. Some fun topics. Just popping in real quick. Hi. Thank you for coming in the room. I appreciate you popping in. Make sure y'all hit that like button as you're coming in. And if you're not a subscriber, I promise you'll enjoy this channel. So go ahead and subscribe, okay? So listen, we're going to go ahead and just deep dive into this. We are talking this afternoon. First, I'm going to start off with Miss Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi has officially, we're not going to call it a retirement because she is still very active in our democratic process. She's just no longer a leader and no longer a full-time staff member, if you may. So she has officially stepped down as the United States Democratic Speaker of the House. And Miss Pelosi has held this position since 2007. She started in 2007 under Barack Obama's administration as Speaker of the House, once the Democratic Party officially took over the House. And then again in 2019, when they took over the House again during Trump's administration. And so Miss Pelosi has been doing this job for 2 decades now. She is the only woman who has ever held such a prestigious position in the United States government. And so, first, I want to say hats off to this awesome woman who has taken 2 decades of her life to serve our country as the Speaker of the House of Representatives, as the Democratic House of Representatives. Excuse me. And I just honor her so much for the hard work and the dedication that she's put in. Has it been perfected? Or excuse me, has it been perfect? No. Have there not been mistakes? Have there not been downfalls and shortcomings? Yes, there have been. But in my opinion, I think that she has done the best of her knowledge and her ability to be able to, excuse me, hold such an awesome position and do such an awesome job. And because that's not an easy job to do, being the Speaker of the House of a party, with multiple people who you were over. I mean, I can't imagine. And then we also know about her husband, excuse me, Mr. Paul Pelosi, who was violently attacked in his home. He was held up. Luckily that situation did get resolved and the police were able to get there. It wasn't in a timely manner, in my opinion, but he was able to survive that attack. And so I really believe at that point in time, Nancy was like, okay, I've done my part, I've served. And then also, Miss Pelosi is not young. She has been doing this for so long. And so, in my opinion, I think this was a perfect time for someone else to kind of step up, for our next generation to step up, come into place, and really guide us into this future. Miss Pelosi has done an awesome job, as I said, from the time that she has served up until now. But I think in order for us to see a transition and a change in our nation, we have to go ahead and pass that baton over into the next generation. Miss Pelosi also told us that she enjoyed serving 3 presidents, and those 3 presidents were George W. Bush, Mr. President Barack Obama, and our current president, Joe Biden. And so she has served alongside of them during her term, pushing to make sure that the Democratic agenda was pushed as far as it could go. And so now we have Mr. Representative Paul Akeem Jeffers, who is now coming in as the new Speaker of the Democratic House, and he is going representative of the Democratic speakers in the House, and I really feel is going to take this baton and really push us further, faster, where we need to go as a democratic society, in my opinion. If I could say one thing about her, in my opinion, I would say vigilant, persistent, hardworking, dedicated to not her agenda, but to the agenda of the Democratic people. And so I really see that in her successor, Mr. Jeffrey. I definitely see that in her successor coming over into the play. Y'all, I'm excited. We got some guests in the room. Hey, Auntie Diva.
Hey, you making me early. 5 o'clock. Let me find a shirt to throw on. Let me get up on here.
Listen, we got Saturday. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, yeah, I was switching over to my headphones. Sorry. We got Saturday night plans tonight, so I had to drop in early and do my little thing before the
Before you
night
go hang
comes.
out, I ain't mad
Before
at
I
you.
go
I'm
hang
not
out,
mad.
listen. Family is here. My one of my really, 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 they are like best friends to me, but I love to call them family. Her birthday is this weekend, or
Oh,
today actually. Today is her birthday actually. So happy
happy
birthday, my
birthday.
love. You know who I'm talking about. And yeah, we're just gonna have some fun tonight. And so I said, let me come in here and enjoy this part of my family so I can
Yeah,
enjoy my other family tonight.
that's right. There you
So
go. Boom,
there you
boom.
go. So, everybody, welcome Chronicles of the Gray Haired Diva into the room. If you do not know, she has a channel. Please go to her channel, subscribe. Don't just go over to her channel, but actually subscribe to her channel, watch her videos, comment down below, like them, and then share them, y'all. This woman is amazing. She gives a
Aw.
story for days, honey, and I love it. Diva, let me tell you, I cannot believe you set up for 41 minutes the other night listening to that man talk.
Lost brain cells. I lost sleep. I was waiting for the smoking gun. I was like, all right, he about to say, let me wake up.
Ah, he set us up. He set
The
us
foolery.
all up.
The
The
foolery.
foolery.
The
The
foolery of it
foolery.
all. I said, this man right here, is he serious? Listen, you know me, I like to try to go easy, but I kept trying to figure out the hairline too. I was like, what?
I am not with you this
Did
morning.
we
We are not going to do
did
this.
we do, follow the numbers and paint this thing? Well, it was the foolery. It was the foolery. It was
You
the foolery.
know, when you're representing a fool, you're going to come out looking like a
Well,
fool.
you know
So,
what? You said a word right there. You know that here's the crazy part, right? You're always gonna get it when it's somebody's parent.
mhm.
And the sad part is he knows how to speak. He knows how to speak. You could tell because he said he was in the church, came from church. He know how to speak. He know how to use the words, but he using them in the wrong way.
We're not even going to say he knows how to speak. He knows how to manipulate because that's
Oh,
exactly what he's
ooh,
doing.
ooh. Well, you know what? Drop the knowledge right there. You always help me out. You always
You look, we help each other. We help each other, okay?
when I be struggling, you pull it out. You pull it out. Yeah,
Listen,
that part right there. You know what though? Then you right. You right. He knows how to manipulate, and it's very sad.
hmm
But that's
hmm
where his offspring gets it from.
That part. Because you know, they played that phone call in the courtroom.
Well, that's what we didn't know.
Right. So
That's
they
the
played
part
that
we
phone call
didn't
in the
know.
courtroom. And the
Yeah.
fact that you can still get on live, get out in front of the TV and try to push for something that we have heard with you have heard with your own ears.
That part.
For you to still push for that, I got a
That
problem.
part.
Hey, Emmanuel, welcome into the room. Emmanuel, since you were here, I was getting ready to email you. So, as you know, Diva announced last night that we will be doing court. I know that you said that you wanted to be Phaedra's attorney. Do you want to be that lead attorney? Because if so, I will back you up. Leave it in the comment section and let us know. That way,
Was
I'll
it
be your
Emmanuel
backup.
or was it Smoke?
I thought it was Emmanuel. Well, I remember Emmanuel, but you was on the live longer than I was. So
Listen, I don't know. Listen, I be tired. Listen, my glasses, I'm trying to clean them. They getting dirtier as I try to clean.
look, look, here you go. I'll give you some spray and a little clean.
Yeah. He said, no, Manuel said, yep, it's him. It's him.
It's
Yeah,
okay, Emmanuel.
I'm trying to clean these things and I'm making it worse. I'm like getting
It's
blinded by the minute.
horrible.
It's all
You
right
know
though. I can
what?
see what.
And I was thinking about Diva doing LASIK
I know people
eye
that did it.
surgery.
See, I only need it for reading. But you want to know
Oh,
what's weird? Like right now, I can see your chart, your chat nicely. It's so
okay.
weird. It's just so weird. But anyway, we're gonna carry on. You talking about who you was talking about?
Right now, I was talking about Nancy Pelosi. You know, she has stepped down
I would have
as
too.
our,
Now
you
listen,
know,
you came for me. I dealt with it. Now you want to bust up in my house and come for my husband? Y'all doing too much. I'm good.
I got
I'm
to
good.
go. I got to
I
go.
got to go. Pack my stuff. Matter of fact, y'all pack up my office and send it over to my house. Okay, get out of here. I'm out. Y'all now you're just doing too much. I'm trying
You
to
know
help the
what?
people. Get out of
And it
here.
was that too. It was that too. For me, a little bit of it was that Miss Pelosi has served our country for 2 decades, and
Yes,
she
he
has done
has.
an amazing job.
Yes, he
Even when we
has.
had foolery in the White House, she still did an amazing job. Let me tell you, the way she grabbed them papers, baby, and said, honey, I was weak. I was like,
Okay,
this
I was
is
weak. I
the
was done. That's it right
best.
there. That's how you do it. That's how you do it,
How you
okay? If
do
you're
it?
gonna do this darn thing, that's how you do it. Yes.
Shut
I
them
ain't mad at
down.
her. I ain't mad at
Shut
her.
them
But you know
down.
what? She did her time. She did it
Hmm.
well. And sometimes you do know, you know me. Listen, I'm older, so I'm never with age shame or push over. Sometimes you do gotta usher the new ideas and the people in. But besides
Yeah.
that, they was really putting so much pressure on her that she didn't even need to deal with. I mean, when you literally bust up in my house and my
Mm-mm.
husband, you could have no, we're not doing this. We good. We
Gotta
good.
go.
We're gonna go off in the sunset somewhere and we're gonna chill.
Gotta go.
I'm done.
Yeah. She did her best. She has done her best. And it's just that time. And I want to just personally say thank you, Miss Pelosi. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for putting up with stuff that you did not have to put up with. This woman was at the Capitol when that attack happened. That was a very dangerous situation. People rummaging through your office. Listen, I would have put my notice in that day. Like, y'all can have this.
Y'all
But
can have it. You know what? Speaking of that really quickly, here's the problem I have with that. One, that it's dangerous to know that they was even allowed to get that close and get up in there.
that part.
I'm sorry. Where's the Secret Service and everybody else that's hiding and surrounding this building so that nobody even can remotely begin to get up in there? And God bless the guy that tried to help the one inside the security inside that tried to, block everybody or whatever the case may be. But my thing is inside, if they didn't catch you outside, to me, inside, it should have been so much security and secret service that even if somebody
Exactly.
passed layer one, they for sure wasn't going to get past layer two. I got a
Mm-mm.
problem with the whole thing. Hey, fresh strawberries. I got a problem with the whole thing. And you right, Royaire. That I would have been out there and get my stuff. I wouldn't even went back to the office. Y'all got to
Mm-mm.
tell me no party. Don't give me no
Nothing.
cake with no coffee. Talking about bye. Thanks for your years of service. I'm good. Send me do a Zoom. Do a
I,
Zoom.
I will
I'm
send you
done.
the address to send my stuff to. We good.
Yep, we good.
Got to go. So
Get my
yeah, we were
kids'
just talking.
pictures and everything and all that stuff in my desk. Send it all to me. But I ain't
Look,
coming back up in there. Done.
all my stuff. Look, throw it in the box.
Yeah.
Clear
And
the
listen,
desk.
like Irene said, God bless that security officer. He tried. He tried. He better be upgraded too. They better make him the popo. To make
I
him a
did
full
hear
blown.
that they gave him a special honor back when all of this happened. He was specially honored.
Okay.
Um, After this was during, I want to say when Biden first got into office, that they
Okay.
did a special honor for him because,
In the check.
unfortunately,
In the
and
check. Did
mm,
they give us some money?
mm,
They're gonna stop with all of these honors where you stand in front of the people and
we
say,
want our reparations.
I need me the check. Okay. Get out of here.
Listen, but if they did give them one, we would never know about it because they're
That's
not gonna,
true.
we would
Yeah,
never
that's
know.
true.
But I would like to believe that they did. I would like to believe that they gave him a check and that he got free therapy for the rest of his life
That part.
because the emotions that he has to deal with, I couldn't imagine. I could
No.
not imagine. What a
Mm-mm.
horrible day. That day, I mean, wow, what a horrible
Yeah.
one. But Representative Hakeem Jeffers is going to be taking Miss Nancy Pelosi's spot. And I said,
Hmm.
come on, Hakeem. Of all people, it was the Hakeem for me. We
Yo,
got our first woman in
Hakeem
there,
better
and now
do
we
right
got a
by us.
Hakeem.
Hakeem better do right by us.
Listen, I've been definitely side-eyeing,
Yeah, yeah.
peeking out the side of these
Hakeem.
glasses like I see you, sir.
Okay, we see you.
We
Hakeem,
see
I
you.
swear to goodness, he better not make no foolery.
We gonna have to put him on the prayer list before we put him on
Okay,
the
we'll
sick and
put him
shut
on the
in
prayer
list.
list.
Yeah,
Yes,
we put him on the
yes,
prayer list. So
yes,
yes, thank you, Nancy Pelosi, for everything that you have done for
for
the two
sure.
decades that you have served, and even not in the House of Reps, but or as the leader of the House of Reps, but even in your positions prior to that. Thank you for the
Hmm.
hard work and dedication. Thank you for putting your life on the line, your family's life on the line. We just wanted to come in and just say thank you for that because I wanted to give thanks before we give into a little mess from anybody. Okay,
All
so
right.
now that we've given thanks and talked about something important, and everybody, please look at voting is very important. I only brought this story up because a lot of people did not know that Nancy Pelosi has stepped down. That story kind of got pushed out the way just because of everything else that's been going on in the media. So I just wanted to make that special announcement. That way, everyone knows that Miss Pelosi has stepped down and that we have a new House leader in the Democratic Party. So pay attention, do your research, make sure you're voting, and making sure that people that we are putting in office, we're holding them accountable for what we
Hmm.
are expecting them to do and what they tell us. Okay, everyone? So
Yeah.
just wanted to put that out there. Now it's time for a little mess. Who we talking about? We
Okay.
talking about Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon for a second. Now I struggle with this story because, as
Okay.
you know, Diva, I'm a child. I used to be a child support worker,
Yes.
and I look at things from a children's standpoint now
Hmm. Hmm.
because we don't realize until we're actually doing the work how much it affects the children most of all.
Yeah.
So, as we know, Mariah Carey has allegedly filed for primary custody for their twins, Moroccan and Monroe. Um, these children are with the Nick Cannon, who has 12 other children by five other baby mamas, or 10 other children with five other baby mamas. Him and Mariah were married for 8 years from 2008 to 2016, I believe it was. And the reason that Mariah said that they just couldn't work things out is that ego and time, emotions. Both of them had egos, both of them were busy, and both of their emotions were so high that they couldn't get on an even playing field to really
Mhm.
work out their situations. And so it caused them to go ahead and go their separate ways. And sometimes that's just the best thing. Sometimes, we come together to bring life into the world. And then sometimes
Mhm.
we have to go our separate ways to do what's best for us and for our children. And so I believe that Nick and Mariah kind of went their separate ways in happy states. They were
Yeah, yeah.
not disgruntled with each other. They weren't
Right.
really battling one another. They just were ready to go their separate ways, be happy, and do what the best that they could for the children. Well, who knew that, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road, that Nick was going to turn around and have another set of twins, and then four more children to add on top of that. And who knew that he was not going to be able to have time to spend with Moroccan and Monroe? Who knew? Mariah didn't know. And so
Mm-mm.
now we got all these kids coming out the woodworks because Diva, I believe there is more. I definitely believe there's more. We just haven't heard. And definitely believe that there is someone else pregnant and it just hasn't gotten out. And so now I'm kind of looking at Mariah like, honey, you're 52. We got two kids who are 11, and they don't see their dad on a regular basis. He's not consistently in their life, and we don't hear about child support. So I'm assuming that Nick is handling his financial responsibilities. Not that she
Mhm.
really needs it, because I mean she is Mariah Carey, and she
Mhm.
did just write
Mhm.
a book about Christmas. So if y'all have not seen Mariah Carey's new Christmas book, it is beautiful. It's so cute. So y'all check that out. Plug. But I sat back and I really thought about this. I said, okay, I put my child support, caseworker head on, and I said, okay, these children are 11 years old.
Mhm.
Nick and Mariah have been separated since 2016. So I believe the
Mhm.
children were like 4, 5, around that age when they separated. So between, Diva, we ain't the mathematicians, but what's
Look,
that? We'll
child,
say
okay.
five. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6 years. 6 years have gone past, and Nick has not seen the children consistently. And now let me point out, Mariah did say that Nick is not a bad father. He's not a bad father, but you can be an absentee father and not be really the best dad. Sometimes you can be absentee and still be a great dad. As
Mhm.
far as we're picking up
Mhm.
the phone, I'm making sure that you have what you need. I'm there for
Right.
you mentally, emotionally. But there's another
Mhm.
thing to be absent mentally, emotionally, and physically and still be a good dad. And I struggle with that. And so I said, I thought about it and thought about it. And the other night I was on your panel, Diva. I said, no, don't take, I mean, take the rights from Nick. Give Mariah the children full time. But then I sat and I really thought, and I said, I don't want Nick to not have rights to these children because, now hear me out. Now, these are the firstborn children. And we know that the
Uh-huh.
firstborn gets everything first.
Mhm.
And so if
Mhm.
she releases the rights to these children, they have no rights to anything that Nick Cannon has now collected and therefore back then, because technically he no longer has rights. If he signs the rights over to these children, he's saying that I have no financial responsibility, have no mental, emotional capacity to deal with these children. They are officially in Mariah Carey's possession, and everything that they need, they require, is her job. And I don't think that needs to happen. I think they need to be a part of the will. I think he needs to continue to pay child support. I think he needs to continue to pay for college funds. They need to be in the will and a part of the life just like everybody else. I see you looking at me a little funny, so share with me your thoughts.
So here's the thing. A good father is a good father is a good father
Mm,
regardless of the paperwork.
okay.
Okay? So she, I think, is being a very good mother by not being messy and straightening the mess out of him in these streets. She knows the real deal, but she's protecting, and that's all she's trying to do right now, is the well-being and the mindset of her kids. Okay.
Okay.
So her putting out there that he's a good father, he's a hot mess. A good father is going to find time to see all their kids. Okay? And the CC so crazy. Okay, a good father is going to find time to see all his kids. Okay, a good father is going to make sure that at some point he stop pumping all of these kids out, knowing that he physically doesn't even have the capacity to see these kids. Listen,
Mm,
when you got a bunch of kids and y'all live in the same household, it's still hard to give all of those kids enough time that they think
mhm,
that they need. Okay,
mhm,
because you're always going to have one that needs you a little bit more. Working in a hospital, I've seen where unfortunately, you have a family and one of the kids gets sick. The
mm.
parents, unfortunately, have to direct all their time and energy to that sick kid. And that's why they have all kind of child life therapy in the hospital to help the other siblings deal and understand your parents still love you, but right now they got to focus their energy on so and so. It
That's
has
really
nothing.
good, and I did not
Yes,
know that.
yes, they do.
That is
Because
really good.
yes, because you is so crazy how you wouldn't believe the amount of children that get diagnosed with cancer. And
Mm.
until you work in a hospital, until you work in certain settings, you wouldn't realize like, wow, this happens a lot, right? There's sometimes, let me tell you, in the summer, what happens a lot of near drownings.
I hear
It's
about
so
that a
many
lot.
it's so many things. So what happens is you got a family and they have one sick child, but then they have three other kids. It's like, what about them? But at the very least, they live in the same household. So you could go room to room or in the person's room or whatever, and at least get to kiss them and hug them goodnight. And they still know mommy and daddy love me. He can't
Mm,
go room to room because he got to fly room to room. He got to fly household to household, okay? He's a whole hot mess. And the only reason why people are not really digging up in Nick Cannon about this messy situation is because he is Nick Cannon. If this was
mm,
the same story of a man that wasn't famous and didn't have no money, this story would be dragging that man for filth. Like he's stupid, these females are stupid, but everybody want to excuse the fact that he has money. Well, Mariah Carey has money too, and that's why she's not using that as no excuse. This has nothing to do with the money. It has everything to do with you made these kids and you are disappointing them because they are of, like I said, social media age. So they can see
mm,
on the Instagram, even if Mariah don't give them a phone, they go to school. And if they go to school with the other privileged kids, you got one of them privileged kids. I don't care if you dirt poor or if you rich or you middle class. You always got that kid in that circle that have a little more knowledge and money and a little more sneakier than the rest. And they be like, oh, here Moroccan. Oh, I see your daddy. You see this? Your daddy had another baby. Oh, he took pictures with so and so. Oh, he did another maternity shoot. You always gonna have that kid in that area, in that class, okay, that's going to show the other kids like what your dad's going on. Oh, your mama don't let you have a phone. Come over here. Come look at mine. Okay. So I think that what all Mariah is trying to do is saying that you don't do none of this anyway, Nick. You having them on as paperwork is hindering me and making me, who is already the primary caregiver, have more trouble because now I got to find you when I want to make a decision for these kids. Okay. I got to
mm.
find you. You in the corner sleep somewhere, or you doing a photo shoot, or you at the hospital having your next baby. And meantime, I want to take the kids here, there, and everywhere, and I can't get in touch with you. I'm done with it. Knock it off. Give me the primary custody. She's still going to let him be in the life of those kids, but the problem is he doesn't have the time. So he's feeling guilty, but every action has a reaction. And you know what? We all got to deal with what we decide to do. If I decide not to go to school, I can't complain about not having a good job. If I want to sit there and, take XYZ, that's on me. You got life decisions to make. Nick made his. Now Mariah is making hers. Give her hashtag, give Mariah primary custody. Boom. We ain't playing with Nick. Playing with Nick. We not about to do this. No, sir. Not today. Mm-mm.
Okay, but okay, so let me say this, Diva, because this is why this is my struggle.
Uh-huh.
So we know that Nick is sickly
Yes, he is.
and he is not in the best health conditions.
Right.
And so that is one of my reasons that I do not want her to give up custody. Is because for me, it's about this money. We need this coin.
But
What's
Mariah got money. Listen, Moroccan and Moreau, they don't have to work a day in their life.
that's true.
Wait, hold on, Royaire. Let me just tell them I'm supposed to be on a little conference call. I'm gonna tell them give me a few minutes. They don't have to work a day in their life. Wait, I'm sorry, Royaire. Let me just say this.
You good? But yes, y'all, that was my standpoint. I want them. Listen, you can never have too much money. Money, money,
Yeah,
money, money, money.
yeah,
Give
no,
them
okay.
the
I
money.
I get that, right? But listen, first of all, you know what? They gotta split it between these 10 other kids. So
But
by
you
the
know,
time they get a portion
first
of his
come, first
dollar,
serve, though. First come, first serve, and it's
that's
like that.
true.
hmm First come, first, and that's why I know. That's why Mariah ain't terminating this child support either.
No, she not,
First
because
come,
you know
first
what
serve.
though? I believe this also, Roy, from the bottom of my heart, that I don't care if I'm a millionaire and you work at McDonald's. If we created this baby together, if your portion to this contribution to our little one is $10, give me my $10 and give
Give
it
me
to
my
me every week on
$10.
time, okay?
That's right. That's
Give
right.
it to me
And
every week on time.
And like I told you, D, but I feel for like people who are on that level of rich, I don't feel that the child support should be paid to parent. I feel that it should be invested for the children for later in life. I just feel that. That's just,
That is a good idea. But you know what though? As we see, we never heard about Mariah misappropriating her money, crying broke, or anything like that. Mariah Carey seems to me like a very responsible parent. And she will definitely make sure that, she probably don't even know when that money coming to her account from Nick. She don't have no idea.
guaranteed.
You
But
don't
I
have no
could totally
idea.
see her having it set up for later on. I could
Yeah,
totally see Mariah doing something like that for later on
100%.
in their life. Because listen, Mariah said, "Y'all ain't living off me for the rest of your lives, okay?" But so let me ask you this before we move on, Diva. What do you think would be the best solution, if for the children? For the children.
This is me, and this is all jokes aside from the bottom of my heart. This situation is already is. When I talk to people all the time, like when we used to talk to people in the hospital, whatever, I used to tell them all the time, we can't go backwards, right? And you're trying to have me help you come up with a solution as if this thing never happened. It's not gonna work. We all gonna fail here. So
hmm
the solution I gotta help you come up with is dealing with the fact that this already is. So it already is that he has these 12 kids, but like you said, Roy, I feel there are more. But we're gonna deal with the number we know, and the lucky number is 12. Okay. So he already has these kids. I know Mariah is Mariah, and she's a high level celebrity, and because of her celebrity status, um, it would be hard for her to mix herself in the bucket with these others because they are nowhere near her level, right? But
hmm
let's leave Mariah out if it were for 1.2 seconds. I feel like all of these other ladies, but the problem is all the other ladies still want him, right? And he knows that.
hmm
But I feel like all of these other ladies need to come together, knock it off, and at the very least, let these kids get to know each other some way, somehow. I think that some of these ladies, they need to bow out. I mean, when your self esteem is that low, it's one thing if you are in a relationship with somebody and you have no clue that they out there fooling around on you or being with somebody else. When you clearly know for a fact that this man is sleeping with you and everybody else, I just like your self esteem is all the way in the gutter. When he came to my
mm
house, I would have had this one baby. When he came to my house, Shasha's over there in the room. Go ahead, you see Shasha. And if I got to leave the house while you and my baby doing whatever y'all do for the 30 minutes, because he only got 30 minutes anyway. When you and the baby playing around and you hanging out with her for 30 minutes, then y'all do what y'all do, and then I'm gonna come back. But there ain't nowhere on this earth that I would ever in this long-legged life let Nick Cannon touch me again, sleep in the bed with me, come near me, sweet talk me. No, no, no. I would be on my knees to Jesus every night. Make me forget I even like the way he touched me. But there's no way in heck he will plant another seed up in this body. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. And then and that's literally. Let me tell you, I dated somebody one time, Royaire. Let me tell you, he's. I mean, very nice to this day, very nice guy. But I promise you, and he didn't do me dirty or anything like that. But I was just crazy out of my mind over him. I didn't even know who I was. Right? I promise you, we walking down the street, and I see him. I'm crossing the street. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start
Not the other
running.
side.
I'm gonna start running. I'm gonna start running because you gotta know who is your kryptonite, right? So if this man is your kryptonite, you gotta pray to Jesus, whoever you believe it. Pray to Jesus, pray to whoever. Pray, but be like, no, get that person out my system, okay? Because it just don't make no sense. But I would not be
Yes.
waking up having his baby again, talking about, oh, I'm pregnant. No, no,
Mm-mm.
and I don't need no money that bad. No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Irene, I love what you said. Something is clearly going on
Yep.
with Nick. This isn't about just about love babies or loving the ladies. I totally agree.
Yeah.
But you know who else we could also put into this category most
Cool.
recently? Diddy.
Well, no. Well, hold on. No, hold. The 48 Saturday. It's Saturday. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put brother love up in this. Don't do that. No, boy. Don't do that. Don't do
No,
that.
because this is not right. Now, how you dating someone in public? He is out here claiming Young Miami to be his girl, and then you secretly have a whole nother baby come out of the woodworks. Literally, one day, all we know about you and Young Miami, and the next morning, you got a whole baby, a whole baby, a whole
Let me tell
baby.
you something. Let me tell you
Granted,
something.
that baby is
Woo!
beautiful. Oh my God. Woo!
Honey, baby
Look.
baby love is gonna be brought into the
Baby love ain't
court.
got
You
nothing
hear
on
me?
tenure, baby girl. You hear
Yeah.
me? Oh,
Woo!
mm.
Baby love is a dog face. Okay. Wait, this is how Diddy rolled though. But see, Diddy talking, he got it all the way in check, right? He got it all the way in check because when he went on vacation, Young Miami was there, and so was Baby Love Mama, and so was
Mm.
Baby Love. Now that's what you call pimping at the highest level. Okay. Where
Child.
you got your girl there, you got the baby that you had while you was with the girl, and you
Mm.
got Baby Love Mama there, and everybody taking pictures with Baby Love, and you acting like nothing going on. Listen, Young Miami can say whatever she want. She hurt. Okay, this is a mess.
Big hurt.
Okay, she hurt. She hurt. She hurt. She hurt. And listen, and Baby Love Mama, she knew how to get in that family, didn't she?
If she didn't, child, I ain't even gonna call her a sneak link because this better than a sneak link.
Yeah,
Sis was already in the door. You know what? Sis is what we was talking about last night. She was in the shadows. That's
she
one of the
was.
sis that always be in the shadows, lurking, waiting for their time,
Wait for their time. Wait for their time. And she got
waiting
it.
on roll call,
She
roll
got
call.
what? Baby girl, it's your turn. It's your
Oh
turn.
my gosh.
She did the
Listen.
dark. Listen, she put the trump card out there. Okay. She did checkmate. Okay. Bingo. She got bingo. She did all of that, baby llama.
All of it.
Too.
She
And
said
not
uno,
only did
uno out.
that's right. Not only did she do the darn thing, she pumped out baby love, who is a ham with all
Woo.
that heel. Listen, even the baby knew that her mama won, that they won.
Baby
You see
Love
no
said,
picture?
check.
Baby love like
Look,
mama, we did it,
and
mama.
she
We
said,
did
I look better than all of y'all put together. Baby Love is going to be the next Lori Harvey.
Let me
The
tell you,
lights come up when she comes in and the lights dip
with
out.
the
Oh my goodness.
Baby
Mel,
gonna
I
know. She like,
love
yeah, you want
this.
thank you, mama. She like, thank you, mama.
Thank you. Checkmate. Okay.
Hmm.
Mel, that is my favorite episode of Iyama Fix My Life. 34 children. Baby, when she told him to sit down and she started putting all them dolls in, you talk about petty at its best. Petty at its best. Oh my gosh.
Yo, Iyanna was good TV. Let me tell you
That's what
something
we
right
need
here.
to review. That's what you need to review,
I
though,
know.
Dina. Because that show, oh my God.
Listen, I used to be glued on that TV on Saturday nights. She was good
Oh,
TV. She said, no, sit down, sit down, sit down. And you know how she walked and she got up? One baby, two baby, three. She was dropping the babies.
she
No,
said,
wait,
don't put it
remember?
down. Don't put it down. Hold
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Hold it.
You remember she said, pick up your
He's sitting there like this.
yo,
Oh
yo,
my goodness. That was TV gold. Do you hear
TV
me?
gold.
TV Go.
TV
But you
gold.
know what? I learned so much from all of those episodes. I mean, if you really pay attention, y'all, you can really help yourself and heal a
Okay.
lot of the issues that you have going on by just listening to what she says. Because what she says,
It's
it's
that.
it's facts. A therapist will tell you those same exact things. You're getting free therapy every night on TV. We was getting free therapy.
And they threatened her, and they was threatening her life, and that's why she ended up going. But if you really, let's be clear. All TV, if there's not some type of drama, people aren't gonna watch. It's so sad to say,
Yeah,
right?
it
So
is.
she had to put in the dramatics, but she was giving real therapy, okay?
She
Now
did.
they didn't want to hear it, but she stuck it to them and gave it to them. I don't even know if you saw that episode, Royaire, where the beautiful girl, she got the butt injections.
Yes, we talked about that. Yes. And she be sitting up this high.
What?
Child, what? Don't laugh at me. What is, yeah, I was just like, lady, beautiful woman,
Woo!
beautiful family, beautiful children. And you just went and ruined your body. And, like she said, that'll be nothing that she could ever heal from. Because you have literally scarred your body tissue. You have scarred the tissue in your body.
No cap.
Emmanuel,
I
yes, I
mean,
remember when she cleared them Braxtons clear as day, honey. Not just
they
the
were pissed.
Braxtons, she cleared Tamar Braxton specifically.
Yeah, they was pissed. They was pissed. And let me tell you, I don't know the family, right? They was just a regular family, but she had these people come into the room. Like, did you see that one? They was yelling and screaming and whatever, whatever. And she asked all of them what just happened.
Oh,
They
yes.
all had a different
A different
perspective.
perspective. Yes. Oh, my
That tells
gosh.
you right there. She
Woo!
was dropping gems.
Now, yo. And when she did that example, when I tell you that cleared up a lot of stuff as far as my thinking process with other people's thoughts, because it was so true. Each and
Yeah.
every last, I believe it was four of them. It was a mom and two sisters, or three sisters, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Each and every last one of them had a very different perspective of what they saw, what
Yep.
they thought, and what really
But what? No, 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 no.
happened.
If
Amazing.
you missed the Yana Van Zant years on Fix My Life, you missed a whole lot. And she is of that mindset. At some point, you got to do the work and get over it.
Yes, yes, yes. And so, since we're talking about this, I'm gonna skip over to my other topic because this
Uh-huh.
really aligns with what we're kind of talking about, and I'll come back to my last one. Prince Harry and his book. Now, when we was talking about this the other day on your channel, I fell off the live because my phone died, literally, and I totally disagree with the gentleman who was from England, and I said, "Sir, I mean." Has anybody watched The Crown? Has anybody read these reports that have been in the news for years, centuries, on this horrible family? I mean, we had one of the family members, or married into the family members, actually, knock herself off, or leave this earth because of the foolery. If you really watch and know and pay attention, even Queen Elizabeth's sister, she struggled. I think that Queen Elizabeth's sister and Harry remind me so much of one another. Why? Because both of their elder siblings were in place of taking the throne. So they were put on a back seat because they're not important. They're not, heirs to the throne of England. So, they're just the second child. They're just kind of the backup just in case something happens. And so they're not looked at. Come on, Mel. Mel, I was agreeing with you the other night too, and I fell off the line. But they are looked at as the backup. They're second important. And really they're not even second important because there's so many other alignments behind the one who was in charge. You still have Parliament. You still have the mother, Queen Mother. There are other people who are in front of the sibling, and I think that Harry, as I can't think of what her name is, Margaret, I believe it is, Princess Margaret.
Mhm.
I think he is struggling as her. But because he decided to come out of the fern, because he decided to open up his mouth and speak, he is not struggling as Princess Margaret did. Princess Margaret literally went to her grave unhappy her whole entire life because she came second, not to her sister, not just to her parents, not to the crown, not to Parliament, but to England. She was second to everything. And
Mhm.
now that Harry has come out, he sees the reality of life. He's no longer boxed in to the firm, and this is what we do, and how we work, and how we operate. He now has outside opinions from just the royal family. And see, that is so disrespectful because if we were to sit up there and let Meghan and Harry stay in the family and something happened to them, then we'll be ready to cry tears and, oh, we wish they would have got help. We wish they would have got out. We wish, we wish, we wish. But now that they have made a decision to get out and to do something about the horrible things that have been done to them, everybody's still unhappy. It goes back to what I said the other night. If you sit down and be quiet, it's a problem. If you stand up and make noise, it's a problem. You're just never going to satisfy anybody. Diva, what you got to
Yes,
say?
because let me tell
Because
you,
you got to make me mad.
I got 2 minutes. They pushed my group message call to 150, but I'm a try to get back in before you close out. But let me say this really quickly. In regular families, if you have siblings, there's somebody at the top of the food chain. Okay? We could play it off and act like it's not, but it is, okay? And for me in my house, it was my older sister. So what happened was what we would do was you got to use the one who's on top of the food chain to your advantage. You can't be sitting there crying about, oh, my sibling, this one is the chosen one, this one is at the top of the food chain. So what happens is you tell the one that's on top of the food chain, you know what, I want a car. Can you go ask daddy and mommy for me? Because every time you ask them, they say yes. So what happens here with Prince Harry? Do I believe that some shenanigans is going over on there in the royal family? Yeah, because it happened to his mother. Okay. Yes, come on, Mel, send it over. I've been doing everything. I've been trying to kick this naturally, Mel. So because
You
usually
sound
I
a
would
lot
say
better. You sound a
I
lot
do,
better.
right? You usually I would have took 100 meds, but I'm trying, right, to do things different in 2023. So what I'm saying is that him and this tell all. Listen, we can have a whole nother live on this again because I'm telling you, Royaire, him and his tell all is team too much. He wants to have public therapy, right? But the public ain't gonna help you. They just gonna keep talking about you and your family business, and you want to be at the same place before you let the public know where you was before that happened, and then it's going to be no change. Okay, so don't get me started on this darn Harry and Meghan. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Don't get me started because I need more time. But let me take this phone call, Roy. If you still on, I'm gonna be back on. Just drop me down And because I'm gonna hang in there, I'm just muting myself and my camera because I'm gonna come back. And if I have time and you still on, we're gonna get this in. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna break this down.
Because I respectfully disagree. You go ahead. I'll still be here for a little minute. Listen, y'all, I respectfully disagree. I disagree. I disagree. I mean, this man has tolerated this family his entire life. Let's go back and talk about it. When his mom passed away, he wasn't allowed to publicly grieve. He wasn't allowed to talk about it publicly. He had to hold these emotions in. He was already looked at as the second child, and we already know in that royal family, the second, you're just nothing at that point in time. If you're not the queen or the king or the next in line, you really don't really mean much of anything to anybody. You were just another body that is present who is here to make the head look good, literally. And Harry got sick of it. He was tired of it. How long am I supposed to take the abuse of my brother? How long am I supposed to take the abuse of my father? How long am I supposed to take the abuse of the firm? It's crazy. Mel, welcome to the room.
Hey, sir, how you doing? Listen,
I'm great.
I'm going to say I'm loving what you're saying. I wish that your phone was working the other night on point.
I know. I was so mad.
Listen, we needed you up there. But you know what? Ms. Steve said she's going to come back and cover this topic. But you're hitting on all of the things. I just want to say that. Because I think that for me, too, it was just like in that family filled with so many issues. You mean to tell me the root of the problems in that family is Meghan and Harry?
Come on now, Mel.
Give me an MF and break, because I think that I listen. I'm not dragging nobody on nobody's panel, honey. That listen, I didn't agree with the people on some of the panels. She back. Okay, she back.
Yeah, I got 8 minutes. Listen, Mel. Royaire and I are the same, right? When we get triggered. Oh my
God!
We got to come in.
Oh my goodness. You came back real quick. I said, look, let me just say real quick. I'm gonna keep the seat warm. I'm gonna leave this on her business call real quick. I'm gonna keep the seat warm. You know what? I hope you feel better because I'm hearing that cough. We need to get Miss Diva some strong tea with some lemon and some green tea or something to get that stuff out.
You know what, Mel? I'm actually doing better. I've been doing ginger, like fresh ginger, fresh mint. Today I'm actually gonna go to the farmer's market and get some more like stuff or whatever. Listen, I am a Medi-Merge urgent care chick. Okay, I see a red dot. I'm like, I be in there like, what is this? Give me some meds, right? So my sister always get on me, but I told her, I said, this year I'm gonna do things different. I'm gonna try to cure stuff naturally. So that's what I've been doing, trying to get it out my body naturally. And it's been working for me, and I'm proud of myself. And I feel better that I didn't take all the meds that I would have normally taken.
Yeah,
but
I don't
let me say this to you really quick. To Mel, I'm glad you came up. Mel, how you doing, Mel? It's happy Saturday.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I came in. I see everybody's live right now, so I'll jump in real quick because I'm gonna give the show back to you. But I want to say I'm gonna DM you what I use to clear up my chest, so that we won't.
Do that.
Yeah, so I'll DM you that. But I just want to say one thing before I get back to the show. Yeah, me and Diva already talked about this. We had a little wonderful, cute conversation the other day, and I agree with Royaire. I love Miss Diva, and but we got to do part 2 of this conversation about the royal family and that book. We have different opinions, and that's it, pretty much.
Then you know what, Mel? You got to get the book, Royaire. We got to get the book. Then that's what we're gonna do.
I ordered my book. Okay. I ordered my physical copy already, and then I'm gonna download the virtual copy. And Diva, I was thinking that we should totally read it, and then have group by chapters, and we can have group discussions on whomever is reading the book, because
we're gonna do that.
The book, I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, then I'm gonna go get mine today from the Barnes and Noble. I'm gonna get mine today. I'm gonna get the hard copy. Okay, we're about to do this so we can have a real live, deep down a conversation. We're gonna get it in. Maybe
it'll help you, get your mind right so that you can really understand what's going on to you.
Lordy, honey.
Emmanuel, thank you. And thank you. Okay.
Can we take this off the screen?
Listen, And Emmanuel is wonderful, but Emmanuel, maybe we should have sent. Listen, we could have seen y'all to fix that film. She probably would have ran for the hills, honey. She would have ran for the hills.
Okay,
I'm telling you.
listen.
Listen, I think
Woo!
that family's a hot, stinking, crapping mess, and they
And
have so many. Listen, they got too many problems. But I'm gonna get the show back to you all because I'm gonna listen.
yeah,
To
no, you good,
Yeah,
man.
we
You stay, man. Stay as long as you can, because I'm not gonna be up here much longer either. I'm probably be like 5 minutes, because I want to be
Okay.
about
Oh, good. Then I can
hours
say because
on that.
my phone call has been pushed
Yeah,
to 2 o'clock. But read what
yeah,
Irene
hours on
said,
that.
Royaire. Read what
Yes,
Irene said.
listen, but here's my thing. If you have not watched The Crown, I really think that you should watch The Crown before you have a real discussion on this show. Because I can definitely say that, in my opinion, Netflix was not on the royal family side and they weren't on the personal side. I feel like they gave the real background truth of what was going on. And we see so much in that family. They even have family members who have mental conditions, like, just uh I don't want to name stuff because I don't want to be wrong, but mental conditions. And because they have mental conditions,
They
they
hit him.
remove them
Yes, they
from the
did.
royal family.
Yes.
That is a problem. So if you remove somebody just because of a mental condition, what would you do because of a color?
Well, you know what, Royaire,
Uh-oh.
we do
Uh-oh.
have to
Yeah.
continue this conversation because I do know about that. Listen, over there in that family, they have hidden people allegedly taking other people's lives. There's a lot that they
Mm.
hide and they sweep under the rug. I'm not denying that. All I'm saying is, Harry, Meghan, shut your mouth.
Keep talking.
Right, I agree. Keep talking.
Keep talking and let
I
us
do.
hear about it and expose these people for who they are. I really think that the gentleman from England, I think they really have a false representation of who they see their leaders to be. Because the
Child.
things that he was saying, I was just astonished
Yeah.
and mind blown. I was like, whoa, like,
I keep
okay.
my mouth shut on that one.
But before we close, did you have something else?
No. I was going to say, you know what? And also, I was going to say, too, we can't forget, as I think you said it, too, that they were trying to do it very well and be very nice, people in that family. But as soon as you start leaking stories on my wife, leaking stories
Mm-hmm.
on me, maligning me,
All bets is off.
yeah,
All
you
bets is
keep
off.
on. So the thing is, if they were playing by the rules, but now they playing by the rules of the family, which is, but they being more upfront about it. They're going out there spilling the tea when you got the prince and whoever calling these papers who they got in their pocket saying, this is what I want you to say about this black woman. And because that's the first thing they talk about being black and the malign of her color and those kind of things. It was about race. That whole narrative that started Diva was from that family.
That's
I
all
mean,
for the
in
call,
my
Royaire. I
opinion.
got to go. I got
Uh-oh.
to go.
Okay.
I love you. I had fun. Bye.
Okay.
Love y'all. Love you. Yes, Mel. I totally agree with you.
It was the family. The family kicked them out with all their shenanigans and stunts and shows. They kicked them out the door with all their foolery and it just being dirty. What Miss Karen said, gutterball trash, in my opinion.
Gutter ball trash. I
There we go.
agree.
So, but
Well,
you know
Mel,
what?
since you're here with me, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And
Yeah.
my closeout, we were going to talk about Phaedra, but I'm going to save Phaedra for next week. But
Okay.
since we got 3 little minutes, my final closeout was I just wanted to talk about real quick. Anybody who you're on the live with me and anybody in the chat, just how your first 2 weeks have been, what goals do we have, and what are we pushing for in 2023? I want to continue to motivate us, push us, keep us in a positive headspace as we go forward into this new year. So what you got for us?
Me, I think that it's not going to be a major, list. I had a good year last year. For me personally, it was one of my best years, and I think going forward in 2023, I just want to, focus on the things that I might be frustrated with, be more patient with people in my life. So that for me is more family oriented, more relationship oriented with my family, and just working on things that maybe you kind of sort of overlooked. You get very busy with your life, you're very busy with your projects, you're working all that, and there's certain things you put on the background. But this year is about cleaning everything up that's been sort of sitting for me to do something. I want to clear up all those things for the most part this year.
I love that, Mel, and that kind of aligns with what I'm doing as well. I think just on the opposite spectrum. For me, I'm so used to doing for everybody else. I'm so used to taking care of everybody else. I'm so used to helping everybody else. that for so many years I have not helped and taken care of and looked out for myself. And so in 2023, I'm really working on Royaire's goals, really taking care of Royaire, making sure that Royaire is mentally, emotionally, and physically healthy and in a good place. Um, Breathing, really being in the moment, being present with my current situations, and current happiness as well. Sometimes I think we focus so much on our current negative situations that we don't take the time to really look and focus in on our positive situations that we have going on and uplifting life experiences. And so that's my goal this year is to really just focus on me, focus on the positive aspects of me, focus on
Mhm.
being present in the moment and breathing, um, and just really seeing what Royaire can do for Royaire in 2023 while still helping others and, taking care of others and being on the lookout for others. Because that's really my passion. It's just helping others, see others do well and loving on others. But this
Oh,
year is all about Royaire doing
well,
Royaire
I
and
love
being
that.
great at everything he
I
does.
love that. And actually, I want to say one thing too. Actually, the beginning of this of anything working out in a better way is actually saying, you know what, dear God, or whatever you call upon, dear God, you know what, I'm very frustrated with this right now, but you know what, I still have a
Mm,
goal to do this, that, this, and that will you will see a shift happen. That was what happened for me. I was very grateful for my life currently, even with the complications. But I was always like, but you know what, it would be so nice if so this that happened, and you sure enough will see that kind of happen. It doesn't mean that you negate any kind of frustration you have currently, but then you sort of say, I'm grateful for being alive or for whatever else. And then you see other, you see blessings happen from that point on.
Mel, I appreciate you so much for coming up today and joining me. This was so awesome. Diva, thank you so much. It's always a great time. Doc from NC, I want to focus more on my self care and meditation with the Almighty. And
Awesome.
I love that.
Mhm.
Yes, I love that. So, y'all know over here, we believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jesus. And so, yes, spend that time with the Almighty, whomever you believe in, spend that time. I ask that you take whoever you believe in, like I said, we believe in God over here, but whoever you believe in, take at least 5 minutes of your day every day to sit in silence, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just listen. Hear whatever may come to you, whatever you may feel in your body. Take those feelings, take whatever you hear, those thoughts, and apply them to your life and watch things turn for the better for you. Gotta walk to the pubs. Y'all have a great. Okay, bye. Well, everybody, thank you for joining me today on Royaire's World. Mel, thank you so much for coming up. It was great having you here today. Be on the lookout for me each and every Saturday. I'm going to try to do a live. We're going to just come and talk, have fun with each other, get to know one another on a deeper connected level. I hope you guys enjoyed today, Mel. I want you to have a great, awesome rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank
Love you,
you so
bro.
much. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you guys for joining Warriors World today. Please remember, hit that like button, comment down below. If you like what we're talking about, subscribe to my channel and share with everyone. That way they can come on over to Warriors World and be a part of the community. Y'all have an awesome rest of your Saturday. Bye. I love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.